Hello and welcome to The Update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. Australia has now passed 18 million COVID jabs with a new daily record of 335,000 doses. It equates to about 230 injections a minute, which is faster than the UK, US, Italy, France and Germany. Meantime, more than 1 million children aged 12 to 15 will soon have access to the COVID vaccine. PM Scott Morrison says the issue will be discussed at tomorrow's National Cabinet.
We're expecting final advice from ATAGI very, very soon, and that will enable us to move forward with the vaccination of 12 to 15-year-olds. There's 1.2 million across Australia.
A glimmer of hope for Sydney scientists today, despite New South Wales hitting more than 1,000 COVID cases. From September 13, vaccinated people in non-hotspot areas will be able to gather outside in groups of 5 within current travel restrictions. Victoria's Premier insists it's still too early to determine whether lockdown will lift next Thursday after 80 cases were recorded there. Queensland will build a regional quarantine facility near Toowoomba without support from the Commonwealth. Qantas is planning to resume some international flights before the end of the year, but we're being warned vaccination rates will be key to destinations like the US and the UK. Australia has evacuated another 1,200 people from Afghanistan overnight. About 4,000 people have been evacuated out of Kabul since last week, and another 2 flights are scheduled to leave today. And the fossils of a 43-million-year-old 4-legged whale have been discovered in Egypt. In sport, Australian track cyclist Darren Hicks has won silver in the 3,000-metre individual pursuit at the Tokyo Paralympics. David Nicholas grabbed bronze in the C3 classification. Our men's wheelchair basketball team has beaten Iran 81-39. WA's Premier says strong COVID protocols and not a large cheque is the reason why Perth has been chosen to host the AFL Grand Final if it can't be played at the MCG.
We haven't handed over a cheque for tens of millions of dollars like apparently the Queensland government did last year. We played hard to get with strong rules, strong protocol.
Mark McGowan insists the match will go ahead with or without fans in the event of an outbreak in Perth. In entertainment news, the latest instalment in the Fast and the Furious franchise has become the highest grossing film released during the pandemic, F9 speeding past $700 million at the global box office. The Jonas Brothers are stepping up their COVID-safe protocols for the remainder of their tour. Fans will now be required to show either proof of a negative COVID test or a vaccination before their shows. And Britney Spears has teased fans with a dream film role. She's joked she's the new lead in a Tinkerbell movie directed by Tim Burton. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.